Now we're coming up to some awesome views. We've been waiting for. The best views in the entire park. And we're at the Porcupine Mountains for another adventure. Well, to start off this trip, as you can tell, it's raining out. It's been raining all morning, and we're at the Lake of the Clouds parking area, and we'll be hiking about maybe 4.5 miles to Mirror Lake, and that's where we'll be setting up camp. And then tomorrow we'll hike out on the Government Peak Trail escarpment, and that'll be about 12.5 miles. Well, first we'll see if we can get any views at all up here of Lake of the Clouds. Now on the escarpment trail, coming up to campsite number 2, which is near the parking area, the overlook. You do have a fire ring right there, so you can have a fire. Oh, we've already come up to the signs to where we got to turn. 3.5 miles to Mirror Lake. That'll be about another, maybe almost half mile to our campsite. So I'll be going down this pretty good sized hill. We're now coming up to a bridge that crosses what I believe is the Big Carp River, which is next to Lake of the Clouds. We'll continue on the North Mirror Lake Trail. Got a few campsites along Lake of Clouds, right in the woods. I think there's about 3 or 4 in there. We stayed at a couple of them in the past. They're nice. Now we'll be crossing a small stream, about maybe a 1.25 miles from where the campsites were by Lake of the Clouds. And we'll be starting our long hike uphill. It's a good sized hill we have to climb. Yeah, we go up there.
Yep, I see it.
We're right next to this small stream. Yeah, look how cool that looks. It's all moss all over this valley that's carved out. Be careful, she says. Yeah, it's definitely slippery around here with all the rain this morning. We still have some decent fall colors, but it looks like about 3/4 of the leaves are gone now. We're passing by another one of the campsites. It's the only one in this section of trail up on this large hill we just climbed. Nobody here, but of course the weather could possibly be making people not want to come out. The sun's starting to peek through. Could possibly turn out to be a beautiful afternoon. Well, we had a few muddy sections. My feet got a little wet, but not too bad. How are your feet been doing?
Oh, probably the same as yours.
Okay, looks like we're coming up to the junction. Sign right there says, take a left, Government Peaks 2.5 miles, and the highway 7.5 miles. And we'll be going to Mirror Lake down this trail. And it looks like that'll be 1 mile. And our campsite will probably be another 1/4 mile past that. We're now passing by a small pond area. It's a nice boardwalk. Makes it easy hiking through here. Well, looks like we got a little stream. And right to the left is a nice beaver dam. See, the entire area right there is flooded. And I can hear the water running right over the dam. Well, we now reached Mirror Lake. Oh, we're coming up to a junction. There's a map right here. And we start at the Lake of Clouds lookout area. Then we hike down the junction where it goes to the Government Peak Trail, which we'll take tomorrow. And here we are, right at Mirror Lake. Now about maybe a quarter of a mile will be our campsite. Well, it looks like we're coming up to another sign. South Mirror Lake Trail. Mirror Lake campsites, right to the left. Summit Peak is 2 miles, Summit Peak Road 2.5. So our campsite should be right over here, just in the woods. And this will be campsite number 1. So firing, and right next to it's campsite number 2. And that's right on a lake. We've camped at that one at least twice that I can remember. Nice spot. But we'll be staying at campsite 3, just a little further down. And this will be campsite number 3. So you have a small pad for a tent. Firing. And we'll find a place to hang our hammock somewhere around here. And right on the lake. This is gorgeous. There's my sit pad. Yeah, those trees are big. Challenging. Here's my ground sheet. I'll set this down first. Then I'll start putting my gear on it. Keep it dry off the ground.
Yeah, usually I'll just hang it on the part on the back of the tree.
My down jacket, I don't want that to get wet.
Well, I can just put mine.
You didn't take your down jacket? I think this fire's gonna start, or is it just too wet? Got quite the teepee going.
It should go.
Well, we'll find out. So what are you gonna cook up in there?
Some pizza wraps.
That sounds good.
Cheese.
I'm gonna have a breakfast for my dinner. Some scrambled eggs and bacon. Well, as you can see, the fire's starting to go.
Yeah,
How's-
baby.
I also have one of those pizzas again with my pan, so I'll try cooking that. And I got those pizzas again, like we had in Pictured Rocks about maybe a month ago.
Overrated.
Yeah. Now I placed the pan lightly into the fire, with not a whole lot of flame on it, because then it'll overcook and burn it. Well, that's my pizza looks like. Burnt a little. I should have had some tin foil over the top, but I only had it on the bottom and around the sides. But the other one looks good. Oh, we still got a small fire going. Wife's still enjoying some heat. And we have a visitor. He has a YouTube channel for backpacking.
Hi there.
It's Midwest Backpacker.
Yes, it is.
So you can check out his channel. And I know I've watched his videos before. A few of them at the Superior Hiking Trail. That feels good.
You know what the best fire is? A fire that someone else made.
I'll have to agree with you on that. I found that out on SHT. My feet were froze when I was hiking. They were just soaked. Hi, good morning everyone. Now we're just getting up. And it's a little cool out, not bad. Oh, I think it's around 41 degrees out right now. I'm gonna go get my bear bag off the bear pole. Now I'll use the alcohol stove. Boil up some 11 ounces of water for this raspberry crumble. I've never tried this one before. Finally got a nice warm fire going here. Took a little while. This wood is so wet. And now you can see why they call it Mirror Lake. Look at how beautiful that is. We now have everything all packed up. We'll put the fire out and we'll be getting on a trail soon. We're now back on a trail. We've been on a trail now for about maybe a quarter mile or so, a third of a mile. We're passing by Mirror Lake on the other side of it from where we camped. It looks like this is our junction that we'd be turning at. If we went to the left, that'd be going back to the Lake of Clouds parking area where we came from yesterday. Of course, we'll be taking a right, Government Peak Trail, 7.5 miles to the highway, and then it'll be another about 4.3 or 4.5 miles to the parking lot for us. Yeah, sometimes it'd be hard to find a trail when it's all full, covered with leaves.
There
The
it is on a
chipmunk.
tree.
And this will be our final part of the climb up to the top of Governor's Peak. Overall, it's been a moderate climb for the last couple miles. But then when we get to the peak here, for about 4 miles, it'll be mostly downhill. There we made it to the top of Governor's Peak, 1,850 feet, which is high for Michigan. See, there's an old structure here from many years ago. At least the foundation part of it. Of course, most of the campsites have bear poles. And this is campsite number 1 right here, and then there'll be a second one with a small view. Now we decided to stop right here for a quick break. Just some quick snacks for an early lunch. Then change my shirt to this lighter colored one. It is getting sunny out, and that dark colored shirt absorbs too much heat, and it's getting a little warm. But now soon, within the next 5 or 10 minutes, we're going to start heading back down. Seeing a few nice little rock formations. Now we're coming to the bottom of the Government Peak. And there's a real nice little pond over here, and I believe there'll be a campsite. Just like I thought, right next to the pond, there'll be a campsite right in here. I'm not sure what you get for water source, if it's just a pond, or will there be a stream next to it. But it looks like a nice spot. Well, how's the mud on this trail so far?
It could be worse.
Yeah, it's not real bad. Had a few spots we got dodge mud. Well, this stretch of the Government Peak Trail is a little boring. Not bad in the fall. We can see the fall colors. But you get about a 5-mile stretch. And then well, soon we should be getting to that little stream. And then we're going to see a beautiful trap falls. We'll stop there and we'll filter some water. We are running a little low. There, we're coming up to a junction. Of course, the Government Peak Trail. Yeah, it's 4 miles to North Mirror Lake Trail. So we have 4-mile stretches. A little boring, but not bad. A good place at Government Peak to take a break. The other direction we take Lost Lake if you want to do 1.5 miles. For South Boundary Road, it's 3.4. And you can see where we are. What happened? Oh no. That part didn't go as planned. Well, is your foot a little wet?
No, not at all. It's muddy.
Now we're now coming up to this cascading stream. It'll cascade for a long ways. It's a very beautiful stream. Not sure if that's the Carp River or just a smaller stream that runs into it. Now it looks like you should wash your shoe off. Does it make you happy going through mud like this? I think I'll stop to filter some water right here. For now, I just grabbed some dirty water and I attached my Sawyer right to the bottle. We're at Track Falls. Oh, he found a stick out there. Okay, right now we're crossing a small bridge that goes over the Big Carp River. And this is one where the stream, I believe the stream we just walked along with the falls actually meets up with this. And this river will run into the Lake of Clouds. A few steps right here to go down. If I remember correct, there'll be one more muddy section coming up. And then soon we'll be starting the escarpment trail, and about a mile from here. Well, it's my turn to get muddy. Check out this foot. Well, we come up to a sign. Of course, we just came on the Government Peak Trail.
Okay, this sign.
Yep. And down here is their parking lot. But for us,
4.3 miles.
for us, it's the escarpment trail. 4.3 miles. And right here along the trail is an old mine from 1856. You can still see where the mine shaft were gone years ago. I'm sure it collapsed. Then further back, there's a large debris pile. There are a few old mines around this area in the Porcupine Mountains, including some old remnants of a town. And this park is a good size. It's almost 60,000 acres in size. I believe there's over 60 campsites and about 90 miles in trails. So it's a nice area. Oh, this is a good climb. Coming up this first large hill on the escarpment trail. What do you think?
It's a butt burner.
It's a butt burner. Definite. But we're coming up to our first view. Oh, this is nice. It's not the highest point. We're getting some good views from here. Highest little peak over there. That's Government Peak. Just think it was just a little while ago, a few hours ago, we're on top of that. Now we're coming up to some awesome views. That's what we've been waiting for. The best views in the entire park. Off in the distance we have Lake of the Clouds. You see the Big Carp River running right down there. And somewhere back there, by the bridge we crossed, a little ways back. Here's one of my favorite campsites. ES1, escarpment number 1. Just up in here. And you get awesome views. And an almost near perfect sunset they can get. Now we're coming up to this junction. This is actually like a little valley on the escarpment. The trail here will go back to the highway. Then to the left, right down in here somewhere, is an old mining area. I remember some debris, so we'll go take a quick look at it. Well, looks like some kind of old well right here. I think there'll be like an old mine shaft in this direction. Well, here's some other old pieces of debris. I'm not sure what it is. I'll continue walking down this trail. Oh, here we go. This is the old mine site. See, it's all dug into the side of this hill. I'm sure it was collapsed. It's more than likely a tunnel at one time. It goes way up that hill. Right below right here. An old wheel from a mining car. That's kind of cool. Well, that was neat. But now we'll start getting back on the trail. We still got about maybe 2.5 more miles to the parking lot, and we still got about a 165-mile drive home. Now this is awesome when you come out of the woods. Come right up to the cliffs like this. And you can see a sign right there, stay on trail to the left. And there's a mountain with a campsite up there. And awesome views. Some views of the Lake of Clouds. Way up on the cliff. Still got some decent fall colors. Most of the leaves are gone, but looks nice. I'll give you one more view. Partial view of Lake of Clouds. There are 4 campsites right on the other side of the lake, right in that direction. Well, we've just completed the loop, the Government Peak Trail, North Mirror Lake Trail loop. Now we'll be heading back in the direction to the parking area, which will be about maybe a half mile away. And now we're back at the parking lot. This is a fun 2-day trip. Well, the first day was a little rainy. We had a nice campsite in the lake. And now we'll begin our long drive back home. And thanks for watching. Up Trail 71. Nice leaf. What can you do with it? Take it with you?
Absolutely nothing.